Buongiorno, fisher people. Good morning, Italian, I think. Right, good morning, folks. It is. Oh, what's the date? You know, I still haven't changed it on my van yet. I just had a chance. Right, it's Sunday. That's one thing I do know. And it was a little bonfire night last night. Why don't I know what? It's the 6th today. Yeah, bombs going off everywhere around us. A crazy night, crazy. So it's Sunday the 6th of November. You are joining me at the absolutely wonderful Hayfield Lakes. I'm going to see Noli in a minute, get a few of those fishery pellets you've got to use. And it's a qualifier, my second qualifier for the Carpa League. I did fish one a couple of weeks ago. The weather was that bad. I'd started the video, but I didn't carry it on. It was awful weather. I think I ended up with about £40, I think, something like that, for nowhere really. You've got to win your lake to qualify, and there's the Island Inn and Adams, so there are 2 qualifiers every week, but you've got to either win Island or you've got to win Adams, which is both the Adams, to qualify for the final in, I think it's the end of March, I think, or the beginning of April, something like that. So it's a great series of matches. You've got to fish at least 8 qualifiers just to make it fair, so everybody puts the same amount of money in. So never mind qualifying first week and then just waiting for the final, building a nice little pot up. There's plenty of prizes to be had, so it's all good fun. So well organised, whoever organised all that and thought about all that. The weather, woohoo, it is getting chilly, folks. What was it this morning? It was about 6 degrees this morning. And it was freezing last night. Oh, it's gone up to a magnificent 8 degrees. We have got sunshine at the minute. I think it's going to be sunshine and cloud. There's not much of a breeze on, but if a breeze gets up and the sun goes in, it will be cold. There's a bit of a breeze, but not too much at the minute. I do know here at Hayfield, a very deep lake, Waggler, deep shallow, can still work here very, very well. Steve Clegg's an absolute master at it here. The method is a main attack. Andy Kinder has come first and second in the last 2 matches just on method. So there are 2 things that I will be using. All depends where I get drawn, whether I set a short line up in sort of 7 foot of water or something. Andy Kinder's sticking 2s up at me, folks. Can you believe it? Is he? I'm going to go strangle him in a minute. And so yeah, so bomb can work. So it's a pretty straightforward match. If I get margins here at Hayfield, certainly on Island, because it's clearing up quite a lot, can be a little bit tricky. If I draw an end peg, I will probably set a margin rig up. Not forgetting, when I fished this match the other week, I just couldn't get a bite anywhere, so I just set a short line up at about 3 meters out, just as it starts going down to about 4 or 5 foot, and I had a fish, a chuck, albeit they were only perch. Some of them are about 6 or 8 ounce. There's quite a lot of the smaller ones, but then I had the odd bream round about the 2.5 pound mark. That is something I think is worth considering here, especially, I mean, I couldn't believe I only had 20 minutes, half an hour on it, just because I couldn't get a bite. Fired a few pellets in between and then went back out to try and catch carp, because I needed carp because of what was being caught. I think about £80 won it that day. But the net with just the silvers and perch in for half an hour came to £10. Does make you think, folks, but if somebody's on carp, you've no chance with those, but there can be like stocking fillers, I suppose, seeing as we're getting nearer to Christmas. You can stick an extra £10 or £20 in there in no time. It's half worth considering. Some people will probably just say, waste of time, just go for carp. I'm not so sure, folks. I'm not so sure. We'll see where we get drawn. I'm not sure where I want to be honest with you. They can be anywhere at this time of year. They start balling up on Island, I would have thought, around about the 60-ish mark in winter. That's where they were last year. Whether that's the same this year, I don't know. But we'll soon find out as the series goes on. Looking forward to it. So I'm going to get in there, see where I get drawn. They'll all shout, flyer no matter what I draw. Especially Andy Kinder, always says I've got a flyer. So we'll see how they draw. As predicted, someone's had drew it before they even knew. Flyer! It's the same every time I come here, they're all idiots, aren't they? Right, peg 51, I have drawn that a few times last year in this league. There's a guy who's drawn peg 63, which he's drawn 3 times on truck. He can't believe it, but he's happy because he thinks he's sussed it now. I've drawn peg 51. Apparently there's supposed to be some fish in that area. There was last year, not as much as what there was in the depths of winter in the 60s, but whether they're moving up there, I don't know. But I'll certainly have some fish. There'll be something wrong if I don't get any fish, but there's certainly some fish there. Whether I can win it from there, I am not sure. I've not fished Island since the old boys last time, so it's going to be a dead simple plan. I'm not going to bother with margins in that particular area. There's 47 of us today. I think there's 24 on Island and 23 on Adams. So yeah, reasonably happy, folks. There's definitely going to be some fish. Let's just see if I can catch enough to win the lake. That's what we're after. I'm not sure which is the inform peg at the minute on Island. I know your teens and 20s can be really good. 41's won 2 on the trot, so they've been in that area, so I'm not a million miles away. Let's get to his peg. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's just before the end of the island, I think. Somewhere round about there, so let's get down there. It's pretty close to where I fished about 3 or 4 times last year, so let's dead simple method and bomb, maybe Waggler. So that'll be it. Right, here I am on peg 51. About 10 minutes to go. It's not bang on where I thought. I thought I was a little bit further up here, which is where I was before, and I did all right there. We've got Jason Dunworth. He's there. He's on the phone. He's just here. Mighty fisherman he is. Just been having a quick chat with him. But as you can see, peg number 51 is, let's have a look, make sure, is there. So I've got right up to the corner virtually. I can probably go halfway into peg 52 here. Peg 53 is the next peg in. So I've plumbed up, clipped up to 51. I've gone quite close to start with. I know you normally go keep away from it, but I'm going to go straight to it today because people have said they've been catching on Waggler, which suggests the fish want to be up in the water a little bit. And I've got all along here, right up to this bush. I'll probably work that way and see how things go. I'm going to set a bomb line up down here, dead simple, and it's going to be bomb, pellet and corn and method all along the island. That's pretty much it. I'm not setting a margin rig up. Never done much with margin here. We've got Dave Usher there. Sorry, I always forget your name. Lyndon. That's Lyndon. I always see him and I always forget his name. I'm crap with names. And we've got Dave Usher a bit further down. We've got Simon talking to him. And I don't know the rest of these guys down here. I can't tell who they are. So there we go. So I can always throw a few pellets down here if I fancy short. But it's mainly going to be sort of 15, 16 metres pellet line. Maybe a little bit more. I'll decide on casting, make sure, because I want it accurate. I'm catapulting corn. So my bait's dead simple, dead simple. There's my wowzers. I've softened some fishery 4mm pellets, which have just gone a little bit bigger, swollen up, just nice. Corn, I've always keep saying I do like 2 different kinds of micros. Some are softer than the others. They're just prepped a little bit different, creates a little bit different activity. And I've got some soft pellets which I can put on an air rig. Bit of squidgery-do, hook changes. How simple is that, folks? Battery went flat earlier. I'm hoping I'm going to be clicking that. Timer. Rods. I know some of you ask about rods. Here we go then. So I've got the Centris 420, fantastic rod with a 10-foot Superior carbon active. It's straight lead. Oh, hold on a minute. Straight lead. There we go. Dead simple setup. Got an idiot rattling my rods, Simon. And to a 12-inch hook length, 14 kb with a quick stop. Dead simple. I can adjust I can't see now. I'll put that down there for now because I can't see from here with that grass hooking my finger. And here I've got the Extremity, Preston Extremity 520 018 main line. I've got the Duro Banjo, which is like a little hybrid feeder, 4-inch hook length. I have got some 3-inch hook lengths because recently at Hayfield I've been getting done on the method. It's a 12-foot map parabolics SUV feeder rod. There, got all that out. So there you go folks, dead simple setup, 2 rods, job's a good one. Let's get it emptied. See you during the match. Oh yeah, this peg, forgot to mention, David Wood fished this peg. I was up there in about peg 55. He fished this peg in winter last time. He just got his new 13-foot Quartex rod that he was trying out here. I think he had about just over 20 pounds, so that's where I've got to beat folks. Yeah. Right, we're only about 15 minutes, 20 minutes in. I can't remember if I mentioned I bloody emptied my van for work of the day, and I forgot to bloody pack my Waggler rod, and Lyndon's had 3 on Waggler. Look at it, absolutely perfect. I don't think I've ever had it here where it's been this perfect for a Waggler. And I've left my Waggler rod in garage. What an idiot. I've had one little indication. I've taken about half a metre off because the line wasn't sinking quite quick enough. It's just a bit too shallow where I was, and it's sunk a lot better this time, so I suggest it's just that little bit deep. I do know if there's a shelf, so I think it's definitely dropped a little bit into a little bit deeper water. I have got 8mm pellets as well, which I'll probably feed at about 13 or 14 metres. Not on my corn line, just slightly to the left. I'm just going to go just see how things go, and if I have no success on corn and pellet over that line, because I've got some like 8mm soft pellets as well, I can just start feeding a few a little bit shorter. At this time of year I've found that going short you can struggle a little bit, but having said that, I've not had many indications at all. The guy to my right's had 2 or 3 to the right of the island. Right, there's a nice little bar there. It just gradually goes away, and I think Jason's had one as well. And there's the odd small fish coming out down to my left, but I've not had any proper indications just yet. That's the start of the match, and he's on the bar. It's quite shallow out there where he's just had one, so let's just hope some fish turn up, folks. There's definitely something milling about, 'cause like just there I've just had like a small liner. Suggests it's probably smaller fish, but when it's a big carp you get a nice steady pull round. So I'm due to bring this one in and have a recast. I've not started double skinning my feeding just yet, because I'm not sure, because with it has been cold, I'm not sure how aggressive they're going to be feeding, so we can work on that as we go along. Yeah, nice one. Liner off a twig. Idiot. Idiot. Lovely. Not tried any squidgeridoo yet. I'll just see how we get along. Oh, he's into another one. Oh, he's just missed one. bang on my money there. I'm just to the right of the number 51 at the minute. I'm not going to go any further right than that. I'm going to work left. Some nice reeds all along the far bank. Because I've never fished it up to the island like this before. I've been on the corners of the island and had quite a bit of success. So we'll see how we get on here. Just letting that line sink. It's definitely sinking a bit faster, so it suggests I'm in deeper water out there. Slightly deeper water, there we go. That's just settled. The trap is set. Timer on. Come on, the carps. Unbelievable that. I had the camera on all that time. 35 seconds in, a big drop back bite. It's not the biggest, but it's a fish. No liners, no nothing, just drop straight back. Is it Carasio? Might even be a skimmer, I don't know. It's not putting much of a scrap at the minute. Shop leader's just coming in, so it's not far away now. It's quite deep here at Hayfield. El Carasio. Not the biggest, folks, but we are away. Yeah, come on, look at us. There's a few little changes I can be looking to make if I have to. Hopefully I don't. A couple of lines to play with, so there we go, folks. Let's get back in. Or out. Well, I chucked out again. Got a small carp, about 5 ounce, 6 ounce. And just as we're tightening up, it had just sunk the line. And round it went, and it feels a bit bigger. It's not the biggest, but it's a bit bigger. Excuse me. And I'm in the same spot where the bait's been going in, so older Carassios. The originals. A couple of pound or so. He only got the one eye, bless him. A one-eyed Carassio. Nice one. He had one eye on bait and other eye couldn't see it line. Stop laughing at your own stupid jokes. There we go, folks. Another one in the net. Just check the line. Everything's okay. Right. Let's get back out there. And he's into another one on the Waggler. So 1, 2, 1. I'm not going to put the 6 ounce on. Just let that wafter sorted on the hook. It's just spun around a little bit. There we go. Right. Here we go. Exactly the same spot. Peachy. It's a lovely peachy, folks. I noticed the fish that Lyndon's getting are certainly bigger than the ones I'm getting, and they usually are. Oh, has he foul hooked it? He's foul hooked it. That don't count. You putting that one back, Lyndon? You putting that one back? It's foul hooked, isn't it? It's telling me to give him a... No, well it would do, hey? No, he's had to put it in net, folks. It'll just come out, he says. He's a lying son. Oh, thought he had something, not quite, nearly. There we go, the line's just sunk. And we're all set, folks, we're all set. And they're nice easy bites to hit. They're straight round, no messing. When they drop back, you can just see it just goes slack. So don't forget, folks, if your rod just goes slack and you're feeder fishing, lift, it's about strike, and start winding in. The fish has come towards you. And that usually happens when you're fishing up to an island like that, because they can't really go that way. They can go left and right or towards you. And it's quite a common thing, is the backbite, as they call it, drop back or backbite. Right, timer on. Will it go again? Will it go again? This is what we want to know. 3 fish for £3, maybe 3.5. He's had one about 7 or 8. Come on, the big ghosties. They put a scrap up them ghosties in here, the old Caspers. Oh, he's chucking short now. Must have died for him near the up along the island. It's gone about 3/4. Be interesting to see if he gets anything off that. Oh, it's killing me watching him catch a Waggler. I'm sure I'd have had a few here. I'm not going crazy with the feed on my corn line. I always do quite well with corn here. Not too far, probably about 18 metres. there's the odd piece of corn, because you get big ones and small ones. They just go a little bit all over, don't they? But I'm happy with that. It's not too bad. Nice grazing area. Oh, little indication. That could have been a liner from those pellets dropping. You never know, do you? Hence, the Waggler would have been perfect. It's not going to go, folks, is it, while you're on? Oh. I think that's on, yeah. It was a little bite, that. I'm taking it. This will be one of those little stockies. Tiny little bite. But at least we're catching fishies. Yeah, it's just one of those. Oh, I was trying it. Oh, just one of those little stockies, I think. Got pestered with them. I think some. Millions of them. Right till they turn into the mums and dads. Oh. Yeah, there we go. They are getting bigger. Because they were half size that last time I was catching these. So they're the ones. They were half that size. Well, they're 6 ounce, 5 ounce. So another year behind them. They're going to be a couple of pound, aren't they? With all this snap that gets chucked in. They eat more snap than Woody, can you believe that? True. It's true. Likes his McDonald's was our Dave. McDonald king, innit? He just loves his Mackie D's, this lad. Don't you, Dave? You love your Mackie D's. I wonder if we can get it in the same spot. We'll do his damnedest, folks. We'll do his damnedest. Bullseye. Bullseye. Hitting double top, as Pilly said. Double top. Get in. In fact, I'm going to say it like hitting double one, that. That's a swine to it, it's double one. Right, we'll grab hold of the line while that sinks. Do-dum. 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 Be great if my finger tried breaking my finger there, wouldn't it be massive fish. Oh, it's just lovely. I just take a right little bit off. I don't quite like it that tight. I like to be able to see all the little bits of movement. It's called reading your peg. I can't read though. What am I laughing at? Timer on. Job's a good un. Be nice if it just flew round, wouldn't it? Come on, the big carps, where are you? Come on, bully these little ones out of the way. Right, there we go. Let's get a few more caught. And I'll keep giving you updates as we go along. I've had 3 or 4 more of them smaller ones. I've just changed to a slightly bigger wafter, and I've moved to the left of the 51 marker. It's gone round after 2 minutes. Dropped that bite actually, and it feels like a better fish. Right, my camera's just been beeping like mad, don't know what's going on. I think it was doing a repair or something. Sometimes happens, folks. But you saw that, I did land that, I think you just saw it just in time. £2, maybe a little bit more. So quite a few fish, but not for a lot of weight, for only £7. I've been getting those small ones, which is why I've just changed to a slightly bigger wafter. And I've moved to the left. It seems to be a bit of a nursery just there to the right of number 51. I'm just moving along a little bit just to see if we can pick any fish out from somewhere else. It's certainly getting to that time of year where you can search about a little bit. The Waggler boys, Dave Usher's into one. He's got £18, I heard him saying. He's catching on the Waggler quite regular. He's doing the best down here. Jason to my right has had a few. 2 down from me. I've not tried the bomb line yet. Just keep feed going in. We'll have a look at that shortly. Little flies again. He's just landed another one as Dave looks about £3 or £4. So we're quite a bit behind him. Just need some of those Hayfield monsters. So we'll give you more updates as we go along, folks. Right, folks, I've been moving along. I've had a slightly better carp. I'm hitting that sort of right to peg 50 mark, the marker. It looks smack in front of me, but and the first one came while it was tightening up, and this one's come after 3.5 minutes, and it feels like a better fish. I'm still behind on weight. I've got plenty of fish, but not a lot of weight. I'm hoping this is a better one. I'm hoping it's at least £4. It didn't feel that big to start with, but it's feeling a bit heavier down here. Oh, it's a ghosty. I mentioned the Casper earlier, didn't I, folks? We've got him, folks, we've got him. So we're happy with that. Biggest fish of the day. Maybe not. Maybe it's about the same as the other. Maybe £4.5, something like that. Which puts me on to about 16 or 17 pound. So I'm behind them. I reckon these guys have got about 25 to 30. Even though I think I've probably got more fish. Just been small fish. I've not tried the bomb line yet because I've been getting bites on this. I just keep priming it. I'm hoping that we'll get a few a little bit later on that one. Still look like, don't know what's happening with my casting. It's just like mint at the minute.
Why do I keep laughing at myself? I don't know why. It's no wonder Dave thinks I'm chuffing crackers. That was just like, I couldn't have dropped it any better than where it went last time. I think that's like right down its throat. So that'll be right next to where all that last lot of bait was. Let's hope it goes around again. We'll set the timer. There we go. Just tightening up. Yeah, I can just see it. And Jason's in again. Said he likes his feeder fishing, does Jace. He's the glebe specialist. Him and Andy Kinder. Oh, hey up. That's going to be I thought that was going to I've got it still under the water at the minute because I'm letting it tighten itself up. Because I have been getting bites. I can see my tip. And I'm not piling the pellets in like I did the last time I was here because it's just... I'm just not convinced. They want loads. I could be wrong. You just don't know, do you? So that's just... just above the tip, just above the water. That's just settled. So I'll just have a few pieces of corn. I'll just have a few pellets. And I'm doing this sort of every 5 minutes or so. 7 minutes. Crikey, they all dropped in a little breakfast bowl dish. Perfect, that, crikey. Nice one. So there we go. We're catching a fair few fish, getting plenty of bites. Not far away from what Woody had last time he was here. And the tip's just like, there's definitely, I think that's them little carp. A nice good pull around, don't we? Let's 10 or 12 pounder. 10 or 12 pounder, put me in with a shout then. I don't know what's going off right down there. I have no idea. I've seen fish caught down here, but not like loads and loads. I'm not sure how they're getting on. I keep seeing 1 or 2 fish coming in. There's a guy into one at the minute. I think he's on the same peg I was on when we were here at Hayfield last. Yeah, so there's fish coming out, folks. There's plenty of bites to be had. Right. You watch, as soon as I turn this camera off, that tip's going to go around, isn't it? We'll give it another few seconds. Just see if it goes. It's been going round about the 2.5 to 3.5 minutes when I've had a bite. I'm leaving it 6 minutes is the longest I've left it, and I did get a bite at 6 minutes, so I'm not going to leave it any longer than that per cast. And I'm thinking of double skinning it to sort of put a bit of bait out there and then come onto this bomb line, so at least it sort of half sets it up for me. And last time I did that, it never stopped going around the tip. I think we were at where was that? Fleet's Dam last time I did that. So I'll probably have maybe 2 or 3 double skin casts, 2-minute casts, and then I'll have a look on this bomb line. But, I mean, you're probably thinking, oh, he's on feeder again, but there's not many people on pole. I can only see 1 down there, or no, 2 down there. I can't see anybody up there. Oh yeah, there's 1 guy, so that's 3. I have seen a guy with a pole over there. So there's not many got poles out today. The Waggler, the bomb, and the method seems to be the method to use on this lake at the minute. So, and it's dead simple. It's easy fishing, quick to get set up. You can get set up in half an hour. Right, that's going to have 30 seconds more, and then I'm double skinning setting it up. We'll get back out after I've had a go on this bomb line. Hopefully the bomb line's on fire. I won't have to go back out there. Fingers crossed. Well folks, I've just had it looked like a liner to start with, and but it just kept going, and it just shows how these fish have slowed down, because it really did look like a line. It didn't belt round, so I just picked up and it was on. So they're not bolting about for sure. I would have put money on it being a liner. I never win out at gambling anyway. So I won't have put money on it. And just lost one on corn, but there's pellets out there as well, so I just thought I'd have a slightly bigger hook, try an 8mm pellet, and it's gone round. And there's a lot bigger fish as well. You can see how slowly he's come to life now. He just cruised in. There's no life in him at all, and that's how the bite was. But welcome. Oh, I'm catching my camera, I am. That's how I knocked it, is it? So we'll change that pellet and we'll go sort my camera out. I've just knocked the other camera. Now that were a different bite. That was straight round. I just switched to a piece of corn. And that were only in 2 minutes. What's that? And Lyndon's got one on the Waggler again. Doing quite well now, is Lyndon? Oh, what's that? Half a branch. Stick off. The line's okay. Oh, and that's technically good and proper. Excellent. Around about 3.5 pound again, I reckon, something like that. Check all that line. That's all okay. Get another piece of corn on. Lovely. Have a few pieces of corn out there. I'll try and get in the middle of those. Lovely. Perfect. No clip on this, just feathering it down. Landing it within the area of where the bait's landed. Guy next door's just got a nice one. timer on. There we go, folks. So 25, 26 pounds ish, something like that. They've got to be up to 40 odd pound now. Their fish have been a lot bigger than mine. Do a few more of those 4 to 6 pounders, and we have got an hour and 35 minutes left. If I don't get anything on this one, I'll have a little chuck out there again, look towards the island. Probably just double skin it again with just a couple of method feeder fulls. See what that produces. A little bit of bait there. I've just started putting some short as well for an underarm method feeder. It might actually be worth chucking the method feeder over those pellets as well. So that's another option that I've got. I've had plenty of bites for this time of year. Can't complain. Just wish the fish were a little bit bigger. Right, over and out.
Folks, and it's a good week or so after I completely forgot to do a summary of the day at Hayfield Lakes on Island Lake in the Carpa qualifier. I hope I've got this right. I was in the 50s, I think it was 51. I'll tell you what my tactics were. They were going to be bomb, method, Waggler. Dead simple day. The conditions were perfect for Waggler, absolutely perfect. And I thought, yes, gets all my gear down there, gets me bait out, gets the rods out. Oh, I must have left my Waggler rod in me other rod bag in the van. Yeah, it was definitely in my rod bag, but not in my van. I'd had to tidy up and everything, left it in garage, hadn't I? So it was perfect for the Waggler. And I forgot to bring it. What a plonker, Rodney. Good grief. Penfold. And my plan was to search around the island. I went fairly close to the island to start with. And maybe I should have started short of the island. I was getting fish, but there were the small stockies. I came away from the island a little bit in slightly deeper water, because the tip, it wasn't flying round. I expected a few more bites. Searched along there, and don't get me wrong, I've had 1 or 2 fish, but they just weren't of any size. So I can't complain that I've not had any bites, because I have. Meanwhile, I'm priming that bomb line and watching the guys to my left all catch on the Waggler. Lyndon and Dave Usher. Oh. That's probably the best day for the Waggler I've had the opportunity to fish in winter, and there it's not been as good as what it was that day, and they were definitely catching on it. And they have caught more than me, not massive amounts more. I think Dave Usher had about 60 pound, but they were catching pretty much from off. And I've limped home with about 30 odd pound, 32 pound, I think, 32 or 33 pounds. Not very good weight wise. Like I said, there was a few fish, but not brilliant, folks, not brilliant. It's basically a thanks for coming and let's move on to the next one. So that's what it's been like. The bomb line, I did get one on corn on the bomb. it just never took off. I noticed that Jason Jago, he'd been feeding the bomb line same as I had, and he's fished on it and caught. And I've gone over and I thought, well, he's using method there, and I've actually gone over with the method, and I've not had a bite. I've not had any indications whatsoever on that bomb line. I chucked a few and kept throwing a few pellets short, and I had nothing short neither. All the fish have come long, but there were fish cruising up and down, and I'm 100% certain I would have doubled my weight if I'd have had a Waggler rod. So, my own fault really. What can you do? Don't tell me, folks, that you've never forgot anything. It's very rare that I forget to bring... I've usually more than enough gear in the back of my van. You couldn't believe it. What a muppet. But still enjoyed it. There's loads more qualifiers to go at there. It's pretty much every Sunday right up until about end of February. There's usually 40 people in the final. I got to the final last year and I came 4th last year, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a great league, great set of lads, good company every time we go. Steve Clegg and Kinder runs it. 2 good pals of mine, so thoroughly enjoy it, and well done lads for organising it week in, week out. It's much appreciated. I know that not everybody will tell you, but I'll tell you on my video for everybody anyway, because they all say what a fantastic league is. And there are quite a lot of new faces. Mick Brownell's there. My old mate Tids is joining again. He's just messaged me to let me know, so it's always good to see loads of different people there. So I hope you've enjoyed the insights to one of my Carpa qualifiers. I have fished 2 others and the weather wasn't good enough for me to record. It was just too bad was the weather, so I've not got those. I've done about the same, £30-ish or so. I've had one match that were a completely disaster that were about £16, didn't weigh in. But there were not a lot caught around me. I think there was one guy. I think there was 2 or 3 decent weights on the lake. So there we go, we've got a few more to go at. I'm going to try and get there. What date is it? On Sunday, this Sunday coming. I forgot what date it is today, so we'll have another crack at that and see how we get on. We've got feeder master pairs, we've got Boddington. Not had a bite at Boddington's yet. 15 hours of fishing, I've not had a bite. But having said that, Steve Ringer didn't get a bite that day, so there we go. That's, you either catch hundreds of pounds or catch out there. So I hope you've enjoyed it, folks. Nice little video. We'll get a few more Carpa qualifiers. I won't be recording every single one because there's lots of them. Probably get a little bit boring, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. I'll record on nice days, I think. We'll record them on nice days. So hope you've enjoyed it. We shall see you on the bank with the old boys next. I'm hoping. Is it the old boys at not Swan? No, we've done Swanlands one. I forgot anyway. There's loads more videos turning up, so there'll be loads and loads and loads to watch. Hopefully a few nice ones over Christmas. Don't forget, it is absolutely free to subscribe to this channel. So get that subscribe button pressed. It all helps for me producing more videos. The more views I get, the more subscribers I get, the better it is, and hopefully the more videos we can produce. And a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So until next time, folks, take care, and don't forget, fish on.